As a black man in America and a business owner, it's been very sad to see a lot of the protests, a lot of the violence that has happened that has not been caused by the protesters, but have been caused by rogue people, in my opinion, who are trying to make the protesters look bad. It's very sad, it's very disappointing, and I can't stand it, but you know, it's the reality of the world, and it's something that I realize, and that's why I make these videos, is because the way people see you, the way people perceive you is a major part of your overall presentation and the way people treat you. For hundreds of years, African Americans have been victims of a lot of abuse, racism, and attacks. And I think things are getting a little bit better, but there's still a lot of flaws in the system that we need to work out. Speaking from my personal experience, and I think it's important not to count out other people's experiences because all of our experiences matter. But speaking from my experience, I've grown up in a suburb of Indianapolis, and I really haven't experienced any racism growing up that has been directly like stuff that I've seen directly. But I still know a lot of people that have experienced these kind of issues with the police in the court system, and I just think it's unfair. I'm just glad that I'm seeing a lot more Caucasians commenting on these types of things because they are important and it isn't fair. And you know, people say all lives matter, and all lives, yes, they do matter, but right now, at this point in history, it's being shown that black lives really don't matter as much as other lives, and that's sad. I have to say, as a young black man in America, the reason why I think my experience has been so well is because of the way that I've carried myself, the way that I've been perceived by other people, my actions, my character, the way I look. I try to manage all these things so that I have the best experience possible, and that's my advice that I want to give to you guys. I think that image is super important. The way you dress, the way you look, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, all of that matters because people are going to judge and people will respect you more if you look and act more presentable. I know it's a harsh reality that we face, but it's the truth, and you know, I've adjusted to it. I know numerous other African-American males who have adjusted to it. And I think another thing that we need to focus on as being young black people is getting in these positions of power, starting to become officers, educators, politicians, business leaders. That, in my opinion, is the best way that we can enforce change and start to have a little bit more power in our communities. If we get in more powers of position, I think that it's going to better our communities. It's going to better the impact that we have on laws, on legislation, and on policing in general. Basically, what I'm saying is I think that we need to have more impact, more play, and more power in our communities. I think that's what's going to be benefiting us. And I'm also very glad that a lot more white people are starting to stand up and see that. So guys, that's just my 2 cents. If you have any questions or comments below, I will be addressing all of those. And so I just want things to get better for my community. I want things to improve with race relations and the policing of our communities. I think it's super important. And continue to take actions, continue to raise your voice, use your voice to better improve the lives of others. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.